Hello everyone. So in this particular video we are going to understand about Amazon S3 storage classes. This is important from a certification perspective. You should aware what all different storage classes we have that actually we can use from cost saving perspective. So Amazon S3 provide different storage classes so you can store data based on how frequently it is accessed and save cost. Simple rule: frequently used data higher cost, rarely used data lower cost. Why storage classes are needed? Let's understand. Some data is used daily, some data is used once a month, some data is never used, only kept for records. So these are the different scenarios generally you will see in an industry where data is frequently getting access, where data is accessed only monthly wise, weekly wise, where data is never used, it is only stored for the record perspective like backup perspective and all. Should all the data be stored at same cost? That is the question. So that's why Amazon S3 has provided a different storage classes based on your access. So suppose you are accessing the data frequently, right? So for that you can store into a one storage classes where if you are accessing frequently, right, where the amount will be more. Suppose you have a requirement where you are not accessing the data frequently, then you have to pay a lower amount. Or suppose you have a few data which is just kept for the record perspective and which is never being used, for that very minimal charges you have to pay. So based on your access, like how frequently or how infrequently you are accessing the data, you can store into a different classes and you can save the cost. So Amazon S3 provided different storage classes. Like you can see we have S3 standard, then second S3 intelligent, S3 standard, S3 zone, S3 glacier, S3 glacier flexible, S3 glacier deep arcing. This kind of the different storage classes they have provided. So you can see they have mentioned also for frequent accessing S3 standard is there. Access frequency, these are the things are coming, which is infrequent for the S3 glacier is coming. So let's understand one by one different storage classes. Then we'll come to this image. The first one is like S3 standard. You can see the first one is the S3 standard, right? So S3 standard is the most common. This is a default storage classes. So if you are not selecting any storage classes, right, by default the S3 standard it will select. It is generally we use for the frequent access data. Use case, like suppose you have any application, suppose you have any data lake, bronze, silver, you have a daily analytics data, you have API ingestion data, means data which is very critical, data which is very critical, which is accessed frequently, which is accessed frequently. You can understand it like a very important data. Generally we use a S3 standard. Example, we have seen like application data, data lake, where we use a S3 standard. Example like keeping important files on your laptop desktop. So whatever the important file generally we keep in our laptop, right? So you understand like whatever the important data you have, right, which you want to access frequently, that actually we store into the S3 standard. Second is the S3 intelligent tiering. You can see this is the smart storage. Sometime you are not aware like frequent, it is a frequent access data or it is a infrequent access data. So in this case, one smart storage S3 has provided. In this case, what AWS will do, AWS automatically moves your data to the cheaper storage based on how often you access it. You don't need to decide how frequently data will be used. Sometimes we are not aware, right? This data is frequently accessing, we have to frequently access this way. After some time we are not using it. So based on the your usage, based on your access pattern, right, it will automatically move the data into a cheaper storage classes. So this is one kind of the smart storage you can say. For example, like phone automatically moves photos to the cloud. So this is the one classic example we have, right? In a phone, whatever the photo, right, they generally move to the cloud, right? That is an example of this. Now, if you see about the use cases, right, whatever the new projects are there, that is accessing frequently, not frequently, data engineering POCs, right? So in that kind of the scenario, we can use the S3 intelligent tiering. Now next is the S3 standard infrequent access. S3 standard infrequent access for data that is not accessed daily but must be quickly available whenever needed. If you have this kind of the scenario, where data is not accessed daily but must be quickly available whenever needed, you can use a S3 standard infrequent access. It will provide you the cheaper storage, higher retrieval cost, data access occasionally. Use case old report, monthly backup, historical process data. So these are the example. Now next is the S3 zone infrequent access. S3 zone infrequent access. So previous was S3 standard infrequent access. Next is the S3 zone infrequent access. In this case, data will be stored in a one availability zone only. It is cheaper than standard infrequent access in the above one, and it is a less durability. Use cases, right? Recreate table data, temporary analytics output, non-critical backups. So these are the example where you can store into the S3 one zone infrequent access. Here your data will be kept into a one availability zone for saving the cost. Now next is the S3 glacier. If you have a archival kind of the storage you are looking for, where for archival perspective only you want to store a data, so in that case we can use a S3 glacier. It is a very cheap. Data retrieval takes minutes to hours. You can see if you want to retrieve your data, right, it will take minutes to hours, that much time it can take. Use case for the audit log, for old transaction record, for compliance data, we can use the S3 glacier. Now next is the S3 glacier deep archive. It is the cheapest storage we have. This will provide you the lowest cost, but if you want to retrieve your data, right, it will take a 12 to the 48 hours. So that you have to remember, if you are saving here and if you want to retrieve your data, it will take 12 to the 48 hours. Use case legal records, 5 to 10 years old data, regulatory compliance, this kind of the data you can store here. So if you'll see, right, Amazon S3 has provided a different storage classes. If your access pattern is frequent, the frequent access pattern you can store into the S3 standard, and whenever you will try to access it in a millisecond itself, you will be able to access the data generally will be stored into the more than 3 availability zone, and this is the cost per month you have to pay for the S3 standard. For the S3 intelligent tiering, data with a mixed access pattern, data can be a frequently accessed, data can be infrequent access. In this case, AWS automatically move a data based on your access pattern one zone to the another zone. This also will be store more than 3 availability zone, and the cost will be, you can see, this much less than compared to the this. Now next is the S3 standard infrequent access. Data that is not accessed daily, right, but it should be quickly available whenever required. So in that case you can use S3 standard infrequent access, and you can see the cost for this, and it will also available in a more than 3 availability zone, and whenever you will access, the data will be available in a millisecond access itself. Now after that, S3 one zone availability zone infrequent access. Here millisecond access, but you can see here it was storing into the more than 3 availability zone, right, but here it is storing into a one zone only, and you can see the cost is also less as compared to the here, because in a one zone itself it is storing the data. Next is the S3 glacier instant retrieval. Here also if you will try to retrieve your data, right, it will be available in a millisecond. It's available also in a more than 3 zone, but you can see the cost is very less here. It cost is very less for this one. Next is the S3 glacier flexible retrieval. This also we use for the archival perspective. Whenever you will try to retrieve your data, right, it will take minutes to hours, and for this amount you have to pay per month. For infrequent data, right, for infrequent access, you can go with the S3 glacier deep archive, and you can see the cost is very less here. And if you will try to retrieve your data, right, it will take more time. So based on the access frequent infrequent, you can decide this all the zones, and there you can store for saving perspective. Now one thing which I will show you, life cycle rule from data engineering perspective. Suppose you have a day zero scenario frequent data, right, store into the S3 standard. Day 30 you are not sure like whether it is a frequent infrequent, go for the standard infrequent access. Day 90 you can store into the glacier. Day 365 you can store into the deep archive. This all day 0, day 30, day 90, day 65, based on your usage you have to decide. If you think like after 90 days it is not required, after day 365 it is not required, based on that you can decide we can store into the deep archive or not. Or if your requirement is like till day 365 also the reports are required, right? So in that case you can keep it here itself. So based on that you have to decide and you have to move into the different storage classes. Data engineer example, bronze data, S3 standard because that is a raw data. Silver clean data, here access pattern we are not sure, that's why we are storing into S3 standard. Gold report also we can store here. Old data, glacier, compliance log, deep archive. So this kind of the rule we can follow, but this all the use case is not fixed, based on your usage and access pattern you have to decide. So this is the important topic. Try to understand what are the different storage classes we have, and that actually we can use it for the cost saving perspective.